John Umland. I am an academic advisor. I've been with Focus, this will be my third year, starting my third year now.
Tell me one of the things that you love most about working at Focus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of great things about working at Focus, but the number one thing is working with the students. It is, the world is a crazy, sometimes really scary place, and being able to just spend time with young people, see them learning and growing, achieving their goals, watching some of these young folks arrive at Focus, sometimes a little bit lost, really not sure of themselves and not really sure what's next for them, and then watching them meet people, form relationships, grow, learn, and eventually graduate and see this growth in them and see sort of an optimism as they take that next step in their life. That's the most validating and rewarding part of the job, for sure.
That's awesome. Was working in education always something that you had like a passion to do?
Yeah, I wasn't always planning to do education. It's funny. So I worked in like nonprofit and like management for years and years. And actually, when I met my spouse, she said to me like, "You would be a great teacher or something. You should work in a school." And I kind of laughed it off. I just wasn't sure if that was. I just had never really thought of that as something I was going to do. And then a few years ago, the opportunity at Focus came up. I went and met the team over there, and like 6 months in, I was like, oh, this is actually what I should be doing. My spouse was right all along. This makes a ton of sense.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have someone who is able to recognize qualities within us that we can't. One thing I've learned about being married is that sometimes you kind of overlook maybe some of the gifts or things that you're qualified to do, or you don't feel capable. And, having people around you to kind of pour into you, let you know things that you may have overlooked within yourself is a blessing, man. So
100%.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
This is an off the note question, but how long did it take you to grow out your hair?
Oh yeah, so I've had short hair my whole life until March of 2020 when the pandemic started, everything kind of shut down. I just started growing it out because I wasn't getting a haircut. And I've had trims and stuff since then, but other than just occasional, like every few months getting it trimmed, I've just been growing it since then.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
it looks good on you, man.
Thanks.
Let me ask you, what are some hobbies that you have outside of teaching? What do you like to do when you're not working?
Yeah. So I play guitar. I used to be in a band years ago. I love music. I love making music. Writing music is something I do just to kind of work through my thoughts and kind of cope. So I love making music. I do a little bit of video editing actually on the side. And then I love just art in general. I love movies. I love music. I love reading. I play Dungeons and Dragons, which is another thing I've been doing since I was like in middle school. Nice. And I have a couple siblings, my brothers and I, and some friends still play as often as we can. So I'm basically a huge nerd. Is probably the best way to describe my life outside of Focus.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah.
This will probably be hard for you to answer since you are artsy.
Yeah.
But if you could give me your top, I'll give you 5.
Okay.
Top 5 either albums or songs, and then 2 book recommendations.
Wow, okay, that's tough. All right, I'm gonna try my best. I guess, I don't know if I can do this in order, but I'll try to give you like a top 5. There's this band called Belle and Sebastian that was really important to me growing up, and they have an album called If You're Feeling Sinister that I absolutely love. I love A Tribe Called Quest. Basically any of their records were really influential and big for me growing up. Let's try to think. There's so many things coming around. Oh, there's a band from Columbus actually called Saint Seneca that I want to put out there because they're an amazing band who's made some incredible music, and I think they deserve way more success than they have.
Dope. Shout out to the local artists here.
100%. Yeah, there's great stuff happening here. It deserves more attention than it gets sometimes,
Absolutely.
I love the Beatles. I love especially like Let It Be. I grew up in going to church a lot and listening to a lot of like choir music and singing a lot. And there's something about like they capture a lot of that same energy with their music on that album. And then I guess I'd probably gotta say Beastie Boys. I loved Beastie Boys growing up too. Huge fans. Like Check Your Head obviously is a huge one. Banana Galactic came out it like rocked my world. So I don't know, that's a rough top 5 there.
That's a very versatile list, and it's funny because one of the first CDs that I purchased was a Tribe Called Quest CD.
Nice,
The
yeah.
Anthropology, I think is what it was
Yeah,
called. So I read Beastie Boys, they, countless classics. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm the youngest of 4 kids, so I was really lucky to just inherit a lot of music from my older siblings. So I just got tons of great CDs and stuff from them growing up, which was really helpful, really fun, nice stuff. In terms of books, okay, the first one, you gotta go with me on this. It's really short. It's called Politics and the English Language by George Orwell, who wrote 1984.
Mm-hmm.
But this is basically about how language affects the way we think and the way we talk about complex and hard topics, like political topics, and how it shapes it. It's a little bit of a tough read, but it's so worth it. So that's my first recommendation, or like one of that for anybody, or one of my all-time favorite things I've read. One of my favorite books as a kid was called Battle Royale. It's really kind of a silly, sort of funny book. It's a little bit like The Hunger Games, but before The Hunger Games came out. It's just about kids growing up in a kind of wild environment, and it was big for me growing up, and it kind of stuck with me. So I guess those are my 2 book recommendations.
Were there any experiences in your childhood that kind of shaped the way that you interact with students now?
Yeah, I guess like the biggest takeaway from my that childhood experience was just like a sense of community. That was definitely I don't know if I can think of like a specific moment or time, but we'd always have lots of people coming through my house, people who were celebrating big moments, or people who were grieving or hurting and needed friends or help and support. And so I think just that experience just really taught me like community is extremely important. We all really need it. We all really need each other. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the biggest takeaway, and that is definitely front of mind when I'm at Focus. That's one of the big things that makes me want to be at Focus, is that I think we take community really seriously. We care about making these schools that are communities for everybody in them, that they feel safe and respected, and they can do what they need to do. I think that makes so much difference in everybody's lives, including mine.
How do you want to be remembered once you are either finished with this role or retired? What do you want students to remember about who you were?
Well, I mean, obviously my hair. No, that's always the first thing they remember about me these days, I think. I think the biggest thing I would want to be remembered for is helping. I would love it if I can help students build their own self-trust and increase their own self-worth. And what I would love for students to take away from their interactions with me and with the school is a sense of confidence and trust in themselves, and an ability to ask for help and to feel safe doing that. Because I think those are 2 things that have been hard for me, and I've been lucky enough to have people in my life who have helped me with those things. I would love to feel, to help students have those things as they move out into their adulthood or whatever's next in their path.
What advice would you give to new educators or someone who's stepping into your role for the first time?
I think the biggest advice I would give to someone just stepping into this role, or a young educator, a new educator, would be to, Miss Kathy at Focus, she said something a couple of weeks ago, and I've heard her say it before, but on the inside, no matter how someone's presenting, all of us are still kind of like our little scared kid selves. And I think that is really important to keep front in mind. All of us have, history and hurt and things we carry with us, and a lot of people, have to take on a lot of ways of presenting and ways of being that sometimes show up as uncomfortable or make us uncomfortable. And we have to push through that and always remember that there is a person that we are here to care about and respect and help and teach. And trying to always just put the personhood and the humanity of everybody you're working with and the students you're serving first, front of mind, and help yourself keep that in mind, even if you're feeling frustrated or something negative is happening, because those things are going to happen. But we can't lose sight of the fact that, again, we're all just people. We need each other. We need to build community. And the benefits go both ways when you can do that.
There it is. There it is. I actually lied, bro. I do have one more for you.
Yeah, sure.
If you had to choose, this is probably the most important question.
Okay.
You really gotta lock in on this. If you had to choose between apple juice and orange juice, which one you rocking with?
That's really tough. I'm gonna say orange juice. I'm gonna eat, if I choose an apple and an orange, I'm choosing an apple.
Okay.
But apple juice or orange juice, OJ all day.
Okay. I'm an apple juice guy, but I promise you, this will not affect our relationship going forward.
I'm glad to hear we can still have a respectful relationship despite our differences. I appreciate that.
Well, my brother, thank you for sitting down.
Oh, yeah, appreciate
this was inspiring for me, and I know the people that watch will be inspired too.
Wow, thank you.
Grateful that you're part of the Focus family, and looking forward to a good school year with you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, brother.
Awesome.